Have you ever wondered why some people stay calm while the world falls apart around them? Why, in the middle of chaos, some individuals move with clarity while others panic or freeze? Let me tell you a story that a Roman general, scarred by war and betrayal, stood on the edge of civil collapse. His empire was breaking, his allies had turned. But he did not scream, that he did not command, enraged that he sat quietly in his tent, opened a worn notebook, and wrote these words: "You have power over your mind, not outside." Events realize this, and you will find strength. That general was Marcus Aurelius, and the words he wrote, never meant to be read by anyone else, became one of the most important books in history, because in a storm, calm is not weakness, that it is power. Chapter 1. What is calm? Calm is not silence, that it is not being numb. Calm is feeling everything, and still choosing reason. That it is the space between a trigger and your response, the breath before the choice, the pause before the reaction. The Stoics believed calm was a skill, something you could build like muscle. They lived in a world of war, exile, disease, and loss, and yet, they taught that peace could be found within. Seneca said we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Epictetus said we are disturbed not by things, but by our opinions about them. Marcus Aurelius wrote that if you are distressed by anything, the pain is not in the thing itself, but in your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke. Calm is not a gift, that it is a discipline. Chapter 2. Why calm leads to success? Success demands attention, that it requires patience, focus, and good decisions. None of these exist in a mind that is frantic. When you are calm, you see what others miss, you listen better, you speak less, but with more weight, you observe, you notice patterns, you avoid mistakes. Think of a chess player. Every move is time, every moment matters, but panic breaks strategy. Calm builds it. A trader in a crashing market does not win by reacting, that he wins by breathing, waiting, acting with precision. That a firefighter does not save lives by panicking, she saves them by keeping her mind clear. Calm people do not avoid pressure, they rise under it, because they are steady. Success belongs to those who can stay calm while others fall apart. Chapter 3. What the Stoics taught. Stoicism began on a painted porch in Athens, but it found its way into the lives of emperors, soldiers, slaves, and leaders. Zeno, the founder, lost everything in a shipwreck. Instead of despairing, he found philosophy. He said he made a prosperous voyage when he was shipwrecked. Marcus Aurelius ruled during plague and war, yet he journaled not as a ruler, but as a student. That he reminded himself that external things do not touch the soul. Seneca was one of the richest men in Rome, but practiced simplicity. That he fasted, walked barefoot, and lived as if he owned nothing. That he did this not to suffer, but to prepare, so that comfort never made him soft, and hardship never caught him off guard. Epictetus was born a slave. He was beaten, ignored, and silenced, but he discovered freedom through his mind. That he said no man is free unless he masters himself, and no man is enslaved unless he obeys his fears. These were not men hiding from pain, they lived with it, and through calm, they rose above it. Chapter 4. Calm in the face of emotion. Every person feels anger, every person feels fear. The Stoics never denied this, but they refused to let those emotions make their choices for them. When you feel rage, you must pause, ask, is this under my control? If it is, act. If it is not, release it. If someone insults you, you have a choice. You can fight, shout, or break. Or you can understand that their words have no meaning without your permission. You are not a puppet, you are not a machine, you are a mind with power over itself. The Stoics taught that emotions are not enemies, they are tools, but tools need a master. The difference between a wise man and a fool is not in what they feel, but in what they do after feeling it. Calm is the space where wisdom can enter. Chapter 5. Training for calm. Calm does not appear by accident. It must be trained. First, use your breath. It is the oldest tool. The body follows the breath. Slow breathing tells the mind that all is well. Before speaking, breathe. Before reacting, breathe. Second, train your perspective. When something angers or upsets you, zoom out. Will this matter in a week, a year? When you are old, will you remember this? Third, Practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca did this often. Wear simple clothes, eat plain food. Go without your phone, sleep without a pillow, not forever, just enough to remind your mind that you are strong. 4th, write, like Marcus Aurelius, write each day. What disturbed you? Why? What can you change? Writing clears the fog. It gives shape to the soul. Calm is built in the morning, reinforced in the day, and reflected on at night. It is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Chapter 6. Calm in modern life today. We live in a world of noise, notifications, deadlines, opinions. Everyone wants your reaction now, but reacting quickly is not always wise. Sometimes, the first response is the worst one. The Stoics would not rush to reply. They would stop. They would reflect. In meetings, the calm voice is often the one people follow. In crisis, the steady hand earns the most trust. On social media, silence can be more powerful than 100 replies. Calm does not mean passive. It means deliberate. It means being in charge of yourself when others are not. In a world that runs fast, calm people create space, and in that space, they see more, think clearer, decide better. Chapter 7. Real stories of calm and success. This is not just ancient wisdom, modern leaders live by it too. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. He came out with strength, not bitterness. He knew that anger was a cage, and that calm was freedom. Steve Jobs was known for his intensity, but in times of pressure, he sat in silence. He believed that deep thinking required stillness. Serena Williams. Before a final serve, stand still. She closes her eyes, she breathes, and only then, she moves. Calm is not soft. It is strong. It is focused energy, not wasted motion. Those who stay calm move differently. They lead with presence, they speak with weight, and they act with purpose. Chapter 8. Final reflection. So how does calm lead to success? It sharpens your awareness. It protects your judgment. It builds trust with others. It allows you to act with precision, not pressure. The Stoics taught that the storm will always come, but the wise man becomes the eye of the storm. You cannot control the world, but you can master how you meet it. And in that mastery lies something rare. A kind of quiet strength that cannot be faked. Success is not found in panic, not in speed, not in noise. It is found in clarity. In stillness. In the mind that waits, watches, and chooses. Calm is not the absence of life. It is the command of it. If you can hold yourself steady while others fall, if you can stay quiet while others shout, if you can think clearly when others react, then you are already ahead, because in the end, the calm mind wins. Chapter 9. Calm builds discipline. Discipline is not born in fire. It is built in quiet. The Stoics did not wait for motivation. They trained through routine, through structure, through calm repetition. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. He meant that identity is forged by consistent action, not moods. Calmness is what allows you to show up when others make excuses. To act without waiting for the perfect moment. To return to your path after falling short. You do not need chaos to grow stronger. You need consistency, and consistency is built in silence. 1 breath. 1 choice. 1 moment at a time. Chapter 10. Calm shapes identity. In the end, calm becomes more than a tool. It becomes who you are. When you stay calm in conflict, you become a source of stability. When you remain centered in crisis, people turn to you, not because you have all the answers, but because you are not lost in panic. Calm changes how people see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. It teaches you that strength does not need to be loud. That confidence is quiet, that power can live in stillness. The Stoics knew that the world is uncertain, but they believed you could build something steady inside, not made of stone or steel, but made of choices, and that calm, practiced daily, can become a foundation for a life of purpose, clarity, and success. If this message helped you find clarity, take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more calm in a noisy world. Your support helps this voice reach others who are still searching.